Steve Cochran was an American film, television and stage actor. He attended the University of Wyoming. After a stint working as a cowboy, Cochran developed his acting skills in local theater and gradually progressed to Broadway, film and television. Early life and career. Cochran was born in Eureka, California, but grew up in Laramie, Wyoming, the son of a logger. While he appeared in high school plays, he spent more time delving into athletics, particularly basketball. After stints as a cowpuncher and railroad station hand, he studied at the University of Wyoming, where he also played basketball. Impulsively, he quit college in 1937 and decided to go straight to Hollywood to become a star. Theater working as a carpenter and department store detective during his early adulthood, Cochran also gained experience appearing in summer stock. In the early 1940s he worked with the Shakespeare Festival in Carmel, where he played Orsino in Twelfth Night, Malcolm in Macbeth, Horatio in Hamlet and the title role in Richard III. He then performed in plays for the Federal Theater Project in Detroit. Cochran was rejected for military service in World War II because of a heart murmur, but he directed and performed in plays at a variety of army camps. He was appearing with Constance Bennett in a touring production of Without Love in December 1943 when he was signed by Sam Goldwyn. On Broadway, Cochran appeared in Hickory Stick. Hollywood. Samuel Goldwyn brought Cochran to Hollywood in 1945. Goldwyn made only a few films a year, so he loaned Cochran to Columbia Pictures for Booked on Suspicion, a Boston Blackie movie. Goldwyn then put him in Wonder Man, a Danny Kaye movie co-starring Virginia Mayo and Vera Ellen in which Cochran played a gangster. Columbia then used him in another Boston Blackie film, Blackie's Rendezvous, in which he played a villain, and in The Gay Senorita with Jinx Falkenberg. Goldwyn then used Cochran in another Danny Kaye movie with Mayo and Vera Ellen, The Kid from Brooklyn. After United Artists borrowed him to play a gangster in The Chase, Cochran appeared in the prestigious drama The Best Years of Our Lives, playing a man who has an affair with a woman played by Virginia Mayo while her husband is away at war. The movie was a huge critical and commercial success. Cochran had a supporting role opposite Groucho Marx in Copacabana for United Artists. Goldwyn got him to play another gangster opposite Kaye and Mayo in A Song Is Born, directed by Howard Hawks. He made his TV debut in Dinner at Antoine's for the Philco Goodyear Television Playhouse and followed this with Tin Can Skipper for NBC Presents. He then returned to Broadway to support Mae West in a short-lived revival of her play Diamond Lil. This revived Hollywood's interest in him. Warner Brothers. In 1949 Cochran went over to Warner Brothers, playing Big Ed Summers, a power-hungry henchman to James Cagney's psychotic mobster in White Heat opposite Virginia Mayo. Warner Brothers eventually took over Cochran's and Mayo's contracts from Goldwyn. Cochran supported Joan Crawford in The Damned Don't Cry, after which he was given his first lead role, in Highway 301, playing a gangster. He was a villain to Gary Cooper's Hero in Dallas and played a Ku Klux Klan member in Storm Warning with Ginger Rogers and Doris Day. Cochran was a villain in Canyon Pass, a Western, and then was given the lead in Inside the Walls of Folsom Prison, which inspired Johnny Cash to write his song, Folsom Prison Blues. Warner's gave him another lead in Tomorrow Is Another Day, a film noir with Ruth Roman that was originally intended for Burt Lancaster. He returned to supporting parts in Jim Thorpe, All-American with Burt Lancaster. Warner starred him in The Tanks Are Coming in a rare sympathetic role in The Lion and the Horse. He co-starred with Cornell Wilde in Operation Secret and supported Virginia Mayo in She's Back on Broadway. In The Desert Song, Cochran played Gordon McRae's rival for Katherine Grayson. He then left Warner's. Post-Warner's Cochran starred in the low-budget action film Shark River for United Artists and was a villain in Back to God's Country, which starred Rock Hudson, at Universal. He returned to television, appearing in episodes of Lux Video Theater, and Studio One in Hollywood. He reportedly made a film in Mexico called Embarcadero, which he co-wrote, directed and starred in alongside Edward Norrie. Cochran then went to Germany to make Carnival Story for the King brothers. It was his first film in Europe. Back in Hollywood, he co-starred in Private Hell 36 with Ida Lupino for Don Siegel. His TV roles included, Foreign Affair, for Robert Montgomery Presents, the role of a lover, and The Most Contagious Game, for Studio One, Trip Around the Block, and The Menace of Hasty Heights, for the Ford Television Theater, The After House, Fear as the Hunter, and Bait for the Tiger, for Climax, and The Seeds of Hate, for General Electric Theater. Republic Pictures hired him to play Anne Sheridan's love interest in Come Next Spring. Cochran then went to the UK to play the lead in The Weapon. Cochran supported Van Johnson in MGM Slander. He went to Italy to star in Il Grido for Michelangelo Antonioni alongside Alida Valli and Betsy Blair. Filming took 7 months. On television, he appeared in Outlaws Boots for Schlitz Playhouse, Debt of Gratitude for Zane Grey Theater, Strictly Personal for The Loretta Young Show, and an episode of The Twilight Zone, What You Need, in 1959. Cochran played the lead roles in Quantrill's Raiders, an Allied Artists Western, and in I Mobster, a Roger Corman gangster film. Albert Zugsmith used him for the lead roles in The Beat Generation and The Big Operator. Later career. After 1959, Cochran worked mostly in television, guest starring in series such as Bonanza, The Untouchables, Route 66, Bus Stop, Stony Brook, The Naked City, Shirley Temple's Storybook, The Dick Powell Theater, The Virginian, Route 66, Death Valley Days, Mr. Broadway, and Burke's Law. He had the lead in the TV movie The Renegade and was in Sam Peckinpah's debut feature, The Deadly Companions. They had first worked together when Peckinpah was dialogue director on the film noir Private Hell 36. Cochran was Merle Oberon's co-star in Of Love and Desire, shot in Mexico. He had the lead in Mozambique for Harry Allen Towers. Producer in 1953, Cochran formed his own production company, Robert Alexander Productions, which attempted to make some television series, and films such as The Tom Mix Story, Hope is the Last Thing to Die, about the Mexican War, and Klondike Lou. None of these was ever produced, but his company did make a television pilot, Fremont the Trailblazer, in which he played John C. Fremont. Cochran also wrote, produced, directed and starred in Tell Me in the Sunlight. Personal life. Cochran was a notorious womanizer and attracted tabloid attention for his tumultuous private life, which included well-documented affairs with numerous starlets and actresses. Mamie Van Doren later wrote about their sex life in graphic detail in her tell-all autobiography Playing the Field, My Story. He was also married and divorced 3 times, to actress Faye McKenzie, Florence Lockwood and Jonna Jensen. He and Lockwood had one daughter, Xandra, through whom he is the grandfather of film and television producer Alex Johns, who was a co-executive producer for more than 70 episodes of the animated television series Futurama. In the 2002 documentary The Importance of Being Morrissey, Stephen Morrissey claims that his parents named him after Steve Cochran. Cochran was in trouble with the police a number of times in his life, including a reported assault and a charge of reckless driving in 1953. Recognition. Cochran has a star at 1750 Hollywood Boulevard in the motion picture section of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It was dedicated February 8, 1960. Death on June 15, 1965, at the age of 48. Cochran died on his yacht off the coast of Guatemala, reportedly owing to an acute lung infection. His body, along with 3 Mexican females aged 14, 19 and 25, remained aboard for 10 days since the girls did not know how to operate the boat. It drifted to shore in Port Champerico, Guatemala, and was found by authorities. A newspaper reported that, according to the witnesses, Cochran became ill on June 14 and died 2 days later. There were various rumors of foul play and poisoning, but no evidence was found. Cochran's widow was given half of his estate of $25,000. She shared it with his daughter by another marriage.